Hey folks, Rob Franek, Editor-in-Chief here at the Prince Review. As you can probably tell, I'm broadcasting live from my apartment in New York City as I'm sequestered because of COVID-19. I suspect that many of you folks might be in the same boat. Not surprisingly, we have gotten many questions from college-bound students and their parents and counselors over the last few days at the Prince Review, all having to do with somehow COVID-19 and how you're dealing with it from an attesting, admission, and financial aid issue. We are trying to address those student questions right here as real time as we can. So folks, we're gonna jump right in. We are pork bellying lots of these questions this afternoon about admission, SAT and ACT examinations that have been canceled, and the new dates is the rescheduled, and then we're going to tie it up at the end around AP exams. So let's jump right in. The first thing that we're talking about is National College Decision Day. Now that date is the all-important May 1st deadline. Those of you who are involved in the college process now, meaning that you've been admitted to schools already, will be aware of May 1st. Those of you who are watching it who are just starting the college process, this is a good date for you to remember. It's important for two reasons. Let's say you were admitted to 10 different schools. This is the date that you would decide on one of them, and then you and your family would send in your first check or credit card deposit by May 1st, National Decision Deadline. It's important for students, but it's equally as important for schools themselves. This is the date that schools figure out the number of folks that's actually going to be enrolling in their freshman class come the fall. Now, I bring this up because there's already a handful of schools that have decided to not honor the May 1st deadline and shift it to June 1st. I bring this up for a couple of different reasons. There's a list on the Chronicle of Higher Education, which is an education periodical. You can find that list of schools as it grows on www.chronicle.org for that list of schools that is moving to a later date than May 1st. Again, we're bringing this up for a couple of reasons because, as you know, many college campuses themselves have closed, at least temporarily. Many of those schools are now closing through the end of the spring semester. Now, that's important for those students that are not allowed back onto campus who are already matriculating college students there, but for students who are college bound, you will no longer have any access to admission events in person on campus. Now, schools are doing a great deal of things to help make that decision viable for you. They're doing virtual campus tours and Skype sessions or online sessions with students and faculty and, of course, admission folks. And these are all excellent, but I want to make sure that we at the Prince Review bring this to your attention. There's a petition going on change.org to officially move that May 1st deadline to a June or past June deadline for this year to account for COVID-19 delays and cancellations in school. A student said it best on her comment, we think at the Prince Review said it best on her comment on change.org just yesterday that said this decision is too big to be based on a virtual tour alone. Again, folks, this is stuff that we're going to be following at the Princeton Review. Now on to exam cancellations. We're going to start with the SAT and then move on to the ACT. First, the SAT. The March 14th administration of the SAT was canceled in large part in lots of states and cities across the country. That SAT was then rescheduled for March 28th. That is now also canceled. Next, May 1st was the next administration of the SAT. That is now also canceled. So March 14th, the March 28th rescheduled date, and then the May 2nd date for the SAT, all canceled. The next time that any students watching this video can take the SAT is going to be June 6th. But folks, we understand that there's no guarantee that that will happen. Now, the College Board, who creates the SAT, said, and I'm going to quote from them directly, the College Board will provide future additional SAT testing opportunities as soon as possible in place of canceled administration, will also be flexible as possible to give students the best chance to show their skills and stay on the path to college. Well, bravo, College Board. We love to hear these things, but here's the thing that we don't know from that statement. Number one, does that mean that the College Board will actually put in new testing dates this summer, not available right now for the SAT? We don't know that. Certainly, we're going to be following that along. And will they offer a home testing route for the SAT? Now, the AP exam, also created by the College Board, has already alluded to the promise that that might happen, and we're going to be reporting back on those things. We don't yet know if that's going to be available for the SAT, or might it be something else altogether. We're going to be following that story. Now for the ACT exam date that was April 4th is now canceled. So no students can take the April 4th administration of the ACT. The next time any student watching this video can actually sit for the ACT, it has been rescheduled to June 13th. And that's an important date to remember, and the ACT is an important test to remember in light of the changes that they announced just this past September of 2019. There are 3 big changes that the ACT had announced. Number 1, more digital options, that students will be able to take the ACT online. 2, that you'd be able to take single sections of the ACT, not just one section, not just 2 sections, but 3 sections out of the 4 in a single section test environment. This is a tectonic shift and I think a great value to students. And then the third thing is super scoring, that the ACT will now automatically super score, meaning that it would take the best sections of the ACT from different administrations that you've taken and putting that into a super score that puts you into the best light, and then automatically delivering that ACT super score to the schools on your list. Folks, out of all of these things and all of the changes that are happening around ACT specifically, but coupled with the changes around COVID-19, I could see, and I think we're speculating certainly at the Princeton Review, that more students might be moving on to the ACT as an option, specifically because of those section retests available come this fall. We're going to be watching this very closely and reporting back out to you. The last thing, and we're going to end with certainly this, are AP exams. Now, we're going to just set the stage here. 2.1 million students took the SAT last year. 1.9 million students took the ACT, but 4.2 million students sat for AP exams in May of 2019. So, when we think about the College Board and the amount of students that are going to be sitting for May 2020 AP exams, it is a huge number. Now, the College Board also creates all of the AP exams and administers those AP exams. So I'm going to read you the quote from the College Board. The AP program is developing resources to help schools support student learning during extended closures, as well as a solution that would allow students to test at home, depending on the situation in May. Additional information will be posted as of March 20th, 2020. Now, folks, this is a big tectonic shift. The idea that students will be able to home test for each of those AP exams is very different. Now, couple that with all of the changes that are happening both structurally as well as from a content perspective on the AP exams. Those changes are going to affect this May. So couple those 2 things before, and they are unprecedented changes that we've ever seen for AP exams from the College Board affecting students. Folks, as always, we will be here for you at the Princeton Review, reporting back this information as real time as we can possibly get it to you. If you have questions, do volley those questions to us via our social channels. We'll do our level best to answer them for you as well. Folks, be safe, be healthy. Please know that we are in your corner. We are here for you at the Princeton Review. Rob Franek, Editor-in-Chief, signing off.